Well, hello there and a very good morning to you. Welcome to your breakfast prime time news bulletin. Coming to you live in MTVsports with Newsfirst. I'm Shahan Jurampati. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. Casting of postal votes to end by 12 noon today. High-ranking police officers summoned before the Human Rights Commission for an inquiry into the issues faced by journalists who reported on the tension in Ratapaswala. UN Secretary General calls for more determined efforts to resolve the conflict in Syria following the UN report on the use of chemical weapons. Now here are those stories in detail. The Election Secretariat notes that individuals who are not able to cast their postal votes for the upcoming Provincial Council poll have been given the opportunity to cast their vote today as well. Deputy Elections Commissioner M. Mohammed notes that the individuals will be able to cast their ballots between 8:30 a.m. and 12 noon today. According to Deputy Elections Commissioner M. Mohammed, a total of 111,383 individuals were due to exercise their franchise through postal votes. He went on to note that today will be the final day given for postal voters to exercise their franchise. Meanwhile, the Election Secretariat notes that election propaganda activities for the upcoming Provincial Council polls will end at midnight today. Meanwhile, evidence with regard to the magisterial inquiry into the deaths of protesters in Valley area was taken up before the Gampaha magistrate yesterday. Statements from a number of police officers, including the OIC of the Malwato Hiripitiya police, were recorded yesterday.
The OIC of the Malwato Hiripitiya police and two police officers attached to the riot police gave evidence before court yesterday. There is an open inquiry, therefore anyone can provide testimonies. If anyone is exerting any sort of undue pressure on witnesses, then please inform us. This is a crime. The case will be taken up once again on the 9th of next month. Court ordered the police to produce all witnesses related to the case before court during the next hearing.
High-ranking police officers have been summoned before the Human Rights Commission today for an inquiry into the issues faced by journalists who travelled to Ratapaswala to report on the tension that arose with regard to the water crisis in the area. Legal Secretary of the SLHRC, Attorney at Law Nimal Punchiheva, said that the journalists who faced these problems were summoned before the Commission yesterday. The Human Rights Commission is continuing its investigations into the incident in Ratapaswala. There were claims that journalists were assaulted. Hearings in this regard took place yesterday. Journalists appeared before the Commission and made statements on the incidents that occurred. The chairman of the Commission then issued instructions to summon high-ranking police officers involved in the incident before the Commission today and obtain statements from them. Once statements are recorded from both parties, the chairman of the Commission would consider all statements and take the necessary steps. Providing evidence before the Colombo Additional Magistrate yesterday, HP Tiwanka Madhushani Patirana notes that when the previous local government elections were underway, MP Duminda Silva and a group of people had arrived at the polling centre located at the Rahula Vidyalaya in Angoda and had begun to inquire as to who the people were voting for and had also assaulted them. Tiwanka Madhushani Patirana, who is the wife of the Kolonnawa Pradesh Sabha chairman Prasanna Solangarachi, notes that MP Duminda Silva had assaulted several persons in this manner. The case filed against 13 persons, including MP Duminda Silva, with regard to the murder of Bharata Lakshman Premachandra and several other persons, were taken up before Additional Magistrate Priyantha Liyanage. The witness had gone on to note that MP Duminda Silva had been unhappy with her husband as he supported the political activities of Bharata Lakshman Premachandra instead of Duminda Silva. The wife of Kolonnawa Pradesh Sabha chairman went on to note that her husband's supporters had been jailed on several occasions and complaints in this regard had been lodged with the Human Rights Commission as well. She went on to note that during the previous local government election, MP Duminda Silva shot at and destroyed several cutouts that have been erected by her husband. She added that no action was taken despite a complaint being lodged with the Mulleriyawa police. In her statement before court, Tiwanka Madhushani Patirana also notes that MP Duminda Silva had made statements during public rallies that he would kill her husband before allowing him to become the chairman of the Kotikavatta Mulleriyawa Pradesh Sabha. She added that Domingo Silva, who was assaulting voters in this manner, had proceeded towards locations where the incident transpired. Afterwards, the whole area had been filled with sounds of gunfire and the people had begun to panic, stating that, quote, Lucky Ayya, unquote, was killed. The case was postponed to the 27th of this month. We're watching Breakfast Primetime News. Up next is a look at the day's exchange rates. And that's our Breakfast Primetime News Bulletin. Thank you very much for watching. For News First, I'm Shahan Jurang Party. Have a pleasant day ahead of you.